Making these videos are now getting to a place where I think I might be putting too much pressure on myself, because it's been so long me doing these videos, and of course I am always finding myself in how I'm delivering my process, how I'm sharing everything that I'm doing, what I want to share. But it all started with me just wanting to document my practice as I'm working towards my goals, and to just upload it. It being online keeps me accountable for what I'm saying that I want to do. And then along this road, and along me sharing, and along people, joining me on this, and then as we also are getting closer, I think naturally I'm just setting a lot of pressure on myself that it needs to be something other than me just sharing my practice, keeping a diary on how things are going so that I can look back at it and see how I did. So having said that, last week I feel was hard, but not in the sense of getting to practice, because I practiced at least 4 times, so 4 days, and then I went to a small battle in Westeros, or Westeros, not the Westeros that you might think of, but Westeros. But at the same time, I was there to hang out with my crew, my Yeko. It was a beautiful weekend, but what I was feeling during my practice was the struggle of actually practicing on my own. Is it strange? I don't know. I just feel like by now, having practiced on my own for so long, that I should almost be a pro at it. Just be comfortable with being on my own and just focusing on my practice. But I just feel like I am in this bubble where it's hard for me to look at my practice from a macro perspective. I think I'm so stuck on the micro that because I'm not feeling any particular progress after each session, or within a session even, that this gives me the feeling of being stuck. I just feel like the way I move, I don't know, maybe it was just a bad week. And something that I really felt strongly during this week is the need of being around people, but not to be around or practice with people as a search for validation. I'm not looking to be around people for anybody to tell me, wow, you've grown in your practice, or you've gotten better, or your practice is paying off. This is not what I'm looking for. I just feel that by being with others and dancing and sharing, it somehow then opens up this space for me to notice where I am in my progress, or maybe also making me realize or remind me of, oh, this is where I would want to put more time in, or I forgot that this is something I could work on, or just by exchanging and seeing things that I appreciate in others to guide me or to give me something that I would want to also work on. Just being around other people to feel this boost of motivation to practice. Just was a week where I didn't feel great, actually, and that's okay. That's really okay, and I don't want to feel that I need an external source of motivation in order to continue with my practice. But it was just when I actually got to Westeros and got to spend time with my crew, I had a really nice conversation with my crewmate Mackie, where I then opened up about how I was feeling, and we just had a nice conversation. The end of the talk left me with reminded that yes, I just need to keep going, and it's to not focus on the goals and a specific outcome, but to just focus on each practice individually, and to just be present. Try to find that enjoyment, and to just keep going, really just to keep going. The feeling of being somewhere along the path where you're just asking yourself, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And he reminded me of this story that Will Smith, in a lot of interviews, likes to share, which is about him and his dad, and how his dad made Will Smith and his brother build a wall. And what he said was,
you don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I'm gonna build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. And you do that every single day.
And soon you have a
And
wall.
soon you have a wall.
Yeah, this part of his story really like hit me, and I'm like, all right, let's go back to building this brick wall and to just really focus on each brick that I'm laying and just really focus brick by brick. Things I'm hoping to achieve will just be there one day. And if you have a very nice motivational video that you enjoy watching that has helped you in difficult times, please share it in the comment below, because I would love to check it out, and I think anybody who would come across that in my comments might find it helpful. Weeks ago, I bought a weighted vest to use in my practice. During this residency period that I had creating my solo, I bought weights for my wrists and my ankles, and that was also a very nice addition to my practice, because in comparison to the weighted vest, the vest is on my body, but by adding the wrist and the ankle weights, I also get to have a similar sensation with my leg and my arms. And now I actually bought a couple of more weights for my ankle and my wrist, but they are a bit heavier, and it's been very nice to practice with, especially when using the ankle weights and practicing footwork. In my head, that makes total sense, that working with weights, working with perhaps fast footwork will increase speed, but to actually do it, oof, the sensation was just crazy to me. So if you haven't tried that, I can definitely recommend it. That's something I've been doing, and I also found a place close by where I will want to go and practice again to also change the environment. Also at this place, with walking on all fours, there was like these seats that I started to walk up and down on, created an extra challenge. This is already now making me think, how can I now use that environment to challenge myself in all the other things that I'm doing, like the waves, the circle of motions, the mid-level, and also just working on foundations. I am gonna explore a bit and share when I found something interesting. So what's next? For the coming week, I'm gonna head to Spain, which I'm very much excited about. I'm gonna go to Spain because I'm gonna enter a battle. I'm also gonna take workshops from Hiro-san, who is in Spain, all the way from Japan. He's in Spain during the same time. That's basically it. A bit of a struggle to practice on my own. And I don't know how you're doing in your practice. If you're practicing on your own, how do you keep your motivation up in times when you're hitting a dip? Yeah, if you have any tips, please share them in the comments. I would appreciate that. It would be nice to see how other people deal with being in your own bubble and feeling that not much is happening, when without a doubt, stuff is happening, but it's hard to see or to feel sometimes. And if you're liking any of these videos that I'm sharing, please give them a like. I would appreciate that, and also consider subscribing. As we're getting closer to the end of Road 35 to Infinity, I'm thinking to see where I'm gonna take this after that, because I do enjoy the sharing online. I would want to continue, so I hope that you're having a great practice and that you're doing great in your journey. So keep that going, and I'll see you in the next video.